what do you do on Twitter? Well, I don't know. You follow like celebrity news, you tweet awful things occasionally, and you advocate for what you want. And Don chose to do that. Don tweeted out a funny gif of a cow with big googly eyes saying, grilled spicy deluxe, but still no spicy nuggets at Chick-fil-A. And that's what you do. You advocate for what you want. And they chose to respond to that, Chick-fil-A did, saying, your community will be the first to know if spicy items are added to the permanent menu, Don. And many people responded the same way that I'm responding now. Why did you word it that way? Of all of the things you could say, why did you say your community will know? Dan, we're going to get to their response. You're very online. You tweet to people. I'm sure you think about the way that you word things. Why? Why?
In defense of Chick-fil-A, they said they were going to be adding spicy menu items. That was quite a spicy menu item right there. I bet you didn't think I was going to start with that, did you?
No. That was a spicy nugget of a tweet.
Yeah, no, but definitely it begs the question, what's next?
Oh, no. What is next,
what do you,
Dan? I don't know.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
100%. Well, look, here's their response. They say, the response was a poor choice of words, but was not intended in any way to be insensitive or disrespectful. We often use the term community in a broader sense to talk about places where we operate restaurants and serve the surrounding community. Okay, as responses go, I think that that's a somewhat clever one. I don't know how often they use the word community, but what I would say is if you mean like about a certain area where we have restaurants, what are you implying, Chick-fil-A? Do you know where Don lives? How the hell do you know what community he's a part of? How do you know if you have Chick-fil-A's in that area? Chick-fil-A ain't everywhere. I know a lot of people complain about that because they want that sweet, sweet chicken. But it's not everywhere. So what the hell are you talking about? Now, look, I don't doubt that it's not like they woke up and they were like, we're going to stick it to that community or whatever. But it clearly wasn't the right way to communicate it. And furthermore, if you're going to do this, and if you're going to have to do damage control, could you treat Don like a person? Because while they did put out this response, they apparently did not respond to Don. He tweeted out a photo of all of these updates saying, not them making statements, but didn't reach out to me at Chick-fil-A. Crazy. Could you talk to the guy that you offended of all people rather than just putting out like a generic corporate response semi-apology?
How new is Chick-fil-A to this, all right? First of all, when you're extremely online and you threaten a company, which just inevitably happens when you're extremely online, celebrity or otherwise, because of poor service or whatever, A, you reach out to them publicly, so there's a public record of you knowing that. B, you DM them privately, so you make sure you actually resolve the issue. If you want to be like one of those companies, we are a family type workplaces, then say, hey, we'll be telling our community or the community sooner. But your community, you have to know that implies something, especially with the connotations of, we know Chick-fil-A's connotations with the LGBTQ plus community. And so by saying your community and like othering them in that sense, like there's a lot of connotations there. There's connotations with the Black community. And of course, it being a largely fried chicken establishment, even though they're talking about grilled chicken. Again, once again, defense of Chick-fil-A. So coming from the vegetarian. So like in the most tepid defense of Chick-fil-A I could possibly give, meat is murder. But like ultimately here, this is just not a good look for Chick-fil-A. Hopefully their social media expert gets a good talking to about tone on the internet.
100%. And in the meantime, because that's specific to the intern, but now you've done this thing, send a message to Don. Seriously, I don't know what you do beyond that, but I don't know. Consider, what if you were to launch spicy nuggets? What if this controversy accomplished Don's original goal and got spicy nuggets made? I don't care. I don't eat spicy nuggets or spicy
call
chicken.
him,
like
call
regular,
him
but.
Don's Nuggets for your community. Just play it off.
Spicy community nuggets. It's
Spicy
for all of the people in the spice community that enjoy a heated chicken experience.
People of spice, if you will.
Oh my God. Anyway, I will say that like I had been thinking about trying to push for I want an extreme cinnamon Pop-Tart, but I don't want to message Pop-Tarts now because I'm worried that they'll say something like anti-Italian or something. Like what are they going to say now? Like I'm a little bit worried about it. Anyway, I remember when I tweeted at Ben and Jerry's mad that they had gotten rid of their cinnamon roll ice cream, and they lied to me on Twitter and said it was still available. I'm still stung by that. I'm not ready to engage with the corporation again.
I'm so thankful, John, that I'm finally hearing someone who's likes the non-chocolatey Ben and Jerry's flavors, because I do like the chocolate ones here and there, but I love a good gimme s'more here or there, which is a little bit chocolatey, but it's mostly the cinnamon base. There's like a cinnamon swirl one that's also very good. I don't dabble a lot in ice cream very much just because of like how it makes my stomach feel, but I usually don't go for the super chocolatey ones. They're always super over with the chocolate Ben and Jerry's. I say no, don't just give us vanilla and strawberry shortcake. We are people too. We are people too.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of caramel. That's the direction I want to go in.